The Malaba border, which connects Kenya to Uganda, is a major transport route in East Africa.
Malaba Customs border point is actually a very critical crossing point into not only Uganda but also the region. It handles about 75% of the cargo that is eventually consumed in Uganda. It also handles about 80% of the cargo that is destined to the Great Lakes region, Tanzania, DR Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, Southern Sudan.
In one day, over 650 trucks cross into Uganda and over 450 trucks cross into Kenya. But due to poor coordination between border agencies, duplication of procedures and minimal IT infrastructure, trucks used to wait at Malaba for days before getting clearance to cross into Kenya or Uganda. This resulted in high transport costs and decreased revenue.
The history of this border, and which is actually the same across all borders in the region, is that they have been very uncompetitive.
We had to come up with initiatives to make sure that we do business differently so that we can cope up with the times ahead of us.
The Africa Transport Policy Programme, SSATP, has worked to improve efficiency at Malaba by establishing baseline data and conducting analysis to enable border agencies to assess performance and identify areas requiring improvement. For example, border agents in Kenya and Uganda adopted the Revenue Authority Digital Data Exchange, or RADEX system, to share data and boost efficiency.
Because of this RADEX, we are in position to receive pre-arrival information so that we can plan better, and by the time cargo arrives, we do know precisely what form of intervention we are going to do.
To allow cargo to flow more freely, border officials work towards the creation of a one-stop border post, a key recommendation of the SSATP.
Right at the entry point, we have got both the URA and KRA officials seated together, so that when the truck comes, it stops over, and after stopping over, the Kenya Revenue Authority official sights it exit Kenya, and having sighted it, he simply passes over the document to the Ugandan counterpart, who sights the truck enter into the country. And that is very good because it's basically at one stop, two activities are being done.
Right now, it is only taking a day to clear a truck through the border, as opposed to the initial 5 days that it used to take.
Most of the achievements that we have been able to make or deliver out of this border have nothing to do with the huge investment in terms of money and infrastructure.
Policy, regulatory measures, and collaboration among border agencies are even more important than infrastructure.
The entire population depends on that border. Either they are exporting their commodities or they are importing their commodities. The produce that we are getting from our farms, the manufactured products, the semi-processed products, all of them have to cross through the border. So if the border is not working out right, it means that at the end of the day, there is going to be some delay or some additional cost, and that cost has to be borne by the citizens of this region.
The Malaba border crossing is one example of how sound policies promoted by the Africa Transport Policy Programme can help make a positive difference.
These borders must be functional, they must be efficient, they must be competitive. Otherwise, they undermine the competitiveness of our region and our country in a global market arena.